Good morning. Myself Kiran. I'm working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, Global Academy of Technology, Bengaluru. Today, I'm going to speak about manufacturing control and automation in additive manufacturing. Let us have an overview of CNC technology. During 1960s and 1970s, where these traditional NC machines were the independent systems themselves. So gradually, with the advancement in technology, the computers came into existence where these computers were used for the part programming, and these computers with these systems we can control the functions of the NC systems, and these technologies have been classified as numerical control, computer numerical control and direct numerical control. Let us study about these technologies in detail. So let us have an introduction to NC system. This numerical control, we do define it as the control of a machine or a process using the symbolic codes, which does consist of the characters and numerals. And this concept of this numerical control was first proposed by John Parsons in 1940, where he tried to generate a smooth profile on the workpiece where he wanted to trace a curvilinear path on this particular workpiece using an automatic machine control. So that would guide a milling cutter so that we can get a curvilinear motion along this curvilinear path. So coming to the definition of this numerical control. So this numerical control, it is also defined as a form of programmable automation. So by this time we are knowing what do we mean by automation. It is defined as the technology which is concerned with the use of mechanical, electrical and electronic systems as well as the computer system, so that we can accomplish some particular objective. So that among those automations, this numerical control is a kind of a programmable automation where all sort of mechanical actions of the machine tool are regulated with the help of a part program, which does consist of the alphanumerical data. And this NC process, it is a kind of a machining process where the sequence of operations can be controlled on a system with the help of a part program, so that we can regulate the tool movement. Next, let us study about the different components of the traditional NC system. How is that we used to machine the component using this traditional NC system? So in order to design any component for that matter, in order to machine any component, initially I should have a design of that particular component, which is obtained by means of a part drawing or these dimensions, and which does consist of even some of the manufacturing notes along with it. And these details and the way in which we do perform the operations are written in the form of an NC part program, which consists of the G codes and M codes, and these NC part program are typed are stored with the help of the punched tape, where we used to store the data with the help of a punched holes, and these punched tape, which in turn will be read using a tape reader and the controller, and these tape reader and the controller that will decode the information, so that we will be getting a program of instructions will be then sent to the NC machine, and this NC machine does consist of the MCU, which we do call it as machine control unit, which will decode the information and which will help the machine tool to perform the required operation. So this is how the different parts of the NC system used to work earlier. So now let us know about the CNC technology. So this computer numerical control machining, so which is we do call it as CNC machining. It is nothing but the result of the long evolution process which has taken place in the manufacturing sector. So this CNC system, so that will consist of a microprocessor, that is nothing but a sys computer, which does consist of a memory registers, and these registers have the capacity to store a wide variety of programs, and it also has the flexibility wherein we can edit the program at the system itself. So what are the components of this CNC system? So this CNC machine tool system does consist of the input devices through which we do give the that we do direct the machine to perform the required operation, and the machine control unit, and followed by the machine tool, which are nothing but the different types of the machine tool units such as lathe, or it can be the drilling system or any other machine for that matter, and the driving system, which does consist of the motors and some sort of feedback system, so that we'll be having information at the input as well as at the output end, and some sort of display unit which does consist of the monitors and other things through which will display all sort of machining operations being performed on the systems. Then let us study all these components in detail. These input devices are, earlier we used to make use of the punched tape readers. That means in the case of an NC system. So gradually with the evolution of systems, the magnetic tape reader came into existence. Then they used to make use of RS-232 cable for the communication between the input as well, between the user as well as the system. Next is said to be the machine control unit. So this machine control unit does consist of two units mainly. One is DPU, which you do call it as data processing unit, and other one is said to be the control loop unit. And this, what is the function of this DPU, which is a thing data as the name itself indicates, it is a thing but the processing unit which will allow for the reception of the data, and that will help us in the decoding of the programs. That means whatever the information that has been coded into the system, so that will be decoded into the machine level language with the help of this data processing unit. And this information, it is then sent to the interpolator which are resting within this DPU unit, that will calculate what it should be the positions of the cutting spindles. And once these signals are interpreted, and these data will be then relayed to the control loop unit. What is the function of this control loop unit? This control loop unit, whatever the data that has been decoded, so that will be displayed, to be converted into electrical signals, and these electrical signals will be in turn be given to the machine tool unit, so which will perform the operations according to the sequence. Then what is the function of this driving system? So this driving system, so that will respond to the pre-programmed instructions. So that means in order to perform any sort of cutting on the particular product, that means I want to bring one particular product into fine particular shape and size according to some particular design. So because of, and here that will consist of several control motors, and these motors will start rotating, and this particular rotation will determine the movement of the cutting spindle. So once the driving system performs its function, next is said to be the feedback device. As the name itself indicates, feedback is nothing but getting the information from the input as well as at the output end. And here this feedback device do consist of some sort of relays which gives information about the various process before and after the process is completed. So what are the feedback devices that we use here? Normally we do make use of linear transducers which are used along the linear path, or it can be the absolute encoder, or it can be the incremental encoder, which gives the information about the position of the tool. Then let us know about what are the different parts of this CNC lathe. So here we have just seen the model of a Hellman we are just seeing a Hellman CNC lathe, which consists of various parts such as headstock, tailstock, tool turret, tailstock wheel, and the CNC control. Whatever the parts that we discussed under the CNC, all those components is embedded in this CNC control panel, which through which we can give the information to the system so that it can perform the operations, whatever the information it is being given to the system. So that will be decoded with the help of the machine control unit, which is in turn regulated with the help of the driving systems, and ultimately through which will give the information to the machine tool unit to perform the operations. Next, what is the advantages of this NC and CNC? So obviously with the evolution of the systems, obviously there's whatever the problems that we used to confront by using manual methods, all those problems can be eliminated to the best possible extent by the use of this NC and the CNC system. First thing is we can have the better control of the tool motion under the optimum cutting condition. Thereby we can obtain the better product quality and the repeatability. So here the repeatability plays a very important role here. Then whenever the person used to do it manually, he seems to be more prone to fatigue. So we can reduce this fatigue problem by the introduction of this NC and the CNC, as well as even it is possible to reduce the tooling cost, the tool wear, as well as the job setup time. So earlier the idle time between the systems was more. So though all those idle time can be reduced by the introduction of this NC system. Thereby we can reduce the manufacturing lead time so that we can enhance the productivity, and these CNC machine can be used very continuously wherein it is not possible with the help of a human labor. So obviously whenever we talk about advantages, certainly this any system will have some drawbacks. So what are the drawbacks of this CNC system? The CNC systems being very much expensive when compared to the manually operated systems. Although the costs are slowly coming down, but still the CNC machines are highly expensive when compared to the traditional systems. And here number of workers which are required to operate this CNC system are very less when compared to the traditional systems, as well as the by investing in the CNC machine, that will lead to more amount of unemployment. Naturally, if 5 persons are required to do a job, all those 5 persons work can be done with the help of a single CNC system, which will ultimately increase the unemployment problem. So obviously that will require very higher maintenance costs, wherein we need to take care about the cooling of the system, the tools required for that, as well as the person who is operating there. So certainly we need to have very high skilled CNC person, because that particular CNC personnel is the one who writes the program there. So he should be very highly skilled so that we can give the right program to the system so that we can get the right product. And this CNC machine will not eliminate the need for the expensive tools, even the tools which are used for the machining process, even that being expensive. So these are all some of the disadvantages of the CNC systems. Next, what are the areas where we can make use of this numerical control? So this numerical control can be applied both in machine tool as well as non-machine tool applications. Machine tool application in the sense where we do make use of the tools in order to perform the operations, such as it can be drilling, can be the milling, or any sort of lathe operations, or any other metal working applications. And some of the non-machine tool applications, such as even we can make use of this CNC system in all sort of automobile applications where we do perform the assembly of the engine components, followed by even for the drafting and even for the quality inspection. But the common operating features in all these NC systems is that all these applications will require a control of the workhead movement relative to the work part. Then what are the areas where we do make use of the CNC system? As I said earlier, it can be used in metal removal industry, or to say fabrication industry, in EDM, woodworking, laser welding, automobile industries where we do perform the assembly, even we can do the spray painting. Nowadays all sort of this one CNC systems have been used in the automobile industry for the assembly applications, even in order to pro perform the machining of any sort of intricate components can be machined very easily with the help of this CNC system. It is also used for laser machining and cutting, which has a very wide applications in the additive systems. Then what do we mean by this DNC technology? As I said earlier, we discussed about numerical control followed by this CNC. Then come to DNC. It is one of the advanced version of this NC system, which we do call as direct numerical control, where we do make use of the mainframe computer to coordinate the simultaneous operations of the, that means n number of numerical control machines are controlled with the help of a mainframe system. So what are the main tasks performed by this computer is that we can program it, and it is possible to edit the part program, as even we can download the part programs and it can be fed into the NC system. And main drawback of this system is that the machine tool controls will have very limited memory, and the part program may contain about thousands of blocks here. In the earlier system, since the machine tool controllers have very less memory, those particular problem can be addressed by use of this CNC technology, where we do make use of mainframe computer, where the program is stored in a separate system and can be sent directly to the machine, where we feed it one block at a time. And the schematic representation of DNC technology is of this particular form, where you can find that this host mainframe computer is trying to regulate all these different MCU systems, that is nothing but the machine control unit. These machine control unit are interconnected to the different types of the machine tool units, such as it can be the lathe unit, or it can be the miller, or it can be the milling unit. That means in the case of machine control unit, since it has very less memory, the entire program can be stored with the help of this host mainframe computer. So that is one of the main advantages of using this DNC technology. So going ahead, we can, it is also a kind of a direct numerical system which we do call it as distributed numerical system. Then what is the difference that we find between this direct numerical control as well as the distributed numerical control? This distributed numerical control, it has the regulation or about the number of the machine tool units. That means n number of machine control units are connected to all sort of machine tool units, such as it can be the NC controlled machine tool units, or can be robots, or can be inspection stations, which are in turn connected to these machine control unit. And these machine control unit are in turn regulated with the help of these two mainframe systems, which in turn is controlled by the main host computer. That means the entire operation, that means n number of operations can be controlled with the help of a mainframe system. So that is one of the main advantage of using this distributed numerical control system. Then what are the functions performed by this numerical system? That means mainly when all the computers are connected in series, and that means it is able to control the entire systems which are connected in series, and these machine control unit are then configured to the machine tools, so that will help in the flow of the data, and it help in the dissemination of the information between the central main system as well as that of a machine tool unit. It also helps to collect the NC part programs, what are the tools required, what is the machining time required, what is the non-operational time required, what is uptime, downtime, all these statistics, all these data can be obtained with the help of this distributed numerical control system. Then what are the advantages of it? By using this distributed numerical control, it has the ability to connect and maintain the entire component in a proper sequence, through which we can reduce the machine tool inspection requirements. And obviously the feedback system is stronger because we'll be having information about both at the input end and output end, wherein the storage memory can be enhanced, and then we'll be having the backup system for the data and information, through which we can reduce the non-productive time, so that we can obtain a better accuracy and repeatability, through which we can minimize the scrap rates. And what are the applications of this distributed numerical control systems? It is widely used in the electrical wire wrap machines, as well as in the component insertion machines, which are widely used in the processing industries, as well as in the drafting machines. This distributed numerical control can also be applied in the CMM, which we do call it as coordinate measuring machines, as well as whenever we want to machine a complex geometry, this distributed numerical control holds good. That is how this distributed numericals do have very wide application. Then continued version will be seen in the next video lecture. Thank you.